I knew something inside me had broken when my wife whispered another man's name against my neck. Not once. Not by accident. She said it softly, breathlessly, like it belonged there. Daniel. The room went still around me. The ceiling fan kept turning. The sheets were tangled at our feet. Her hand was still on my shoulder, but suddenly it felt like it belonged to a stranger. My name is Mark. We had been married for 8 years. 8 years of bills, birthdays, hospital visits, grocery lists, inside jokes, quiet Sunday mornings, and the kind of ordinary life I used to think meant safety. I pulled back slowly. Her eyes opened, and for 1 second, I saw the truth before she buried it. Fear. Then confusion. Then performance. "What?" she whispered. I sat up on the edge of the bed, my back cold. "You said his name." She blinked too fast. "Whose name?" I almost laughed, but there was no humor left in me. "Daniel." Her face changed in tiny pieces. The relaxed mouth tightened. Her hand withdrew. Her eyes moved to the lamp, then the floor, then finally back to me. I didn't. That was the first lie. Not the biggest one, not the cruelest one, just the first one she couldn't hide anymore. For months, I had been feeling my marriage disappear in small, humiliating ways. She stopped leaning into me when I kissed her before work. She started sleeping with her phone face down. She laughed at messages she wouldn't explain. She bought new perfume but never wore it around me. When I asked if something was wrong, she would sigh like I was exhausting her. "Mark, I'm tired. Mark, you're overthinking. Mark, not everything is about you." So I learned to swallow my questions. I told myself marriage had seasons. I told myself love could go quiet without dying. I told myself my wife was stressed, distant, overwhelmed. But that night, sitting on the edge of our bed while her silence filled the room, I finally understood something painful. My gut had been grieving before my heart had proof. She got up and wrapped herself in a robe, suddenly modest in front of the husband she had just betrayed without meaning to. "I think you misheard me," she said. Her voice was gentle, too gentle. That was the voice she used when she wanted me to feel unstable. I looked at her phone on the nightstand. She followed my eyes, and in that one movement, she gave herself away. I didn't grab it. I didn't shout. I didn't demand passwords or explanations. I just said, "Who is Daniel?" She folded her arms. "A coworker." The word landed between us like a confession wearing a cheap disguise. "A coworker you think about in our bed?" Her eyes filled with tears, but they didn't fall. Even her crying had become controlled. "You're making this ugly." "No," I said quietly. "You brought him here." She flinched. For the first time in months, I didn't apologize for my pain. The next morning, she acted like nothing happened. Coffee brewed, toast popped up. She asked if I had seen her keys. I watched her move around our kitchen in the soft gray sweater I bought her last Christmas, and I felt like I was watching someone rehearse being my wife. At work, I couldn't focus. I manage a small auto parts warehouse, and that day, even the noise of forklifts and ringing phones felt far away. At lunch, I opened our shared bank account. There were charges I had ignored before because trust makes you generous. A hotel bar, downtown parking, a boutique restaurant 2 towns over. All on nights she said she was working late. My hands trembled around a paper cup of coffee until the lid popped loose and burned my thumb. I didn't even react. Pain had become too crowded inside me to notice anything small. That evening, I didn't accuse her. I became quiet. Not cold, not cruel, just awake. And when a betrayed person finally wakes up, the liar always feels it. She started checking my face when she entered rooms, started asking, "Are you okay?" with nervous sweetness, started touching my arm again like affection could erase evidence. 3 days later, I found the message. She had left her laptop open on the dining table, connected to her phone. A notification appeared in the corner. "Daniel." I hate going home after being with you. I stared at it until the words blurred. Then another message came. Daniel, did he believe you? There it was. Not just betrayal, mockery. I took a picture of the screen with my phone. Then I closed the laptop exactly as she left it. That night, she came home smelling like rain and unfamiliar cologne. Long day? I asked. She smiled, tired and fake. You have no idea. I nodded. No, I said. I think I do. She froze near the sink. I placed my phone on the counter and opened the photo. For a long moment, she didn't speak. Then the woman who had denied everything became the woman who minimized everything. It wasn't supposed to happen. Then the woman who minimized became the woman who blamed. You've been distant too, Mark. Then the woman who blamed became the woman who begged. Please don't destroy our life over a mistake. A mistake. As if she tripped and fell into hotel rooms, as if months of lies were an accident. Welcome back to Quiet Betrayal Stories. If you've ever had to rebuild yourself after someone broke your trust, share your thoughts below and subscribe for more stories about betrayal, healing, and quiet strength. I looked at her across the kitchen we painted together 5 years earlier. You already destroyed it, I said. I'm just done pretending it's still standing. She cried then. Real tears, maybe, or fear. I couldn't tell anymore, and that was the saddest part. Because once someone lies enough, even their pain starts looking suspicious. I didn't scream. I didn't call Daniel. I didn't throw her clothes on the lawn. I called a lawyer the next morning. I moved into the guest room that night, and for the first time in months, I slept without reaching for someone who had already left me emotionally. The divorce was not easy. Betrayal never ends cleanly. It leaves fingerprints on everything. But slowly, my life became mine again. My coffee tasted better. My chest stopped tightening when my phone buzzed. I started taking evening walks just to feel the air without wondering where she was. 6 months later, I saw her once outside the courthouse. She looked smaller somehow. Not because I hated her, because I no longer worshipped the version of her I had invented to survive. She said, I never meant to hurt you like that. I believed that. Some people don't mean to burn the house down. They just keep playing with matches and act surprised when there's ash. I didn't answer with anger. I just said, I know. Then I walked to my car, and for the first time, hearing another man's name in my memory didn't break me. It reminded me, not of losing her, of finding myself.